If you are over 50 and you don't want to get your holiday ruined by Bali Belly, this is the video you need. Before you go to Bali, please watch this. Everyone says don't drink the water in Bali, but that advice is way too simple because Bali Belly doesn't need a glass of water. It just needs one tiny opportunity and it will absolutely take it. Firstly, let's get the real talk out of the way. What actually is Bali Belly? Well, it's not just one thing. Doctors call it traveller's diarrhea, but you may have also heard the terms deli belly, gastro, ETEC, dysentery, or food poisoning. Basically, it is an inflammation of your stomach and intestines. It's usually caused by bacteria like E. coli, but it can also be viruses or nasty parasites like Giardia. How do you get it? It's unglamorous, but it's the fecal oral route. That means you are accidentally ingesting tiny particles of contaminated poo through water, ice, or food. I know it's gross, but just knowing that helps you dodge it, right? I don't even brush my teeth with tap water in Bali. I use bottled water in a glass. I'd rather look dramatic in the sink than dramatic in the bathroom. And honestly, the shower is the hardest part. You get in there, you're relaxing, and it's so easy to forget. You tilt your head back to wash your hair, open your mouth, and boom, it's in there. And some of us like to brush our teeth in the shower, right? So you do have to train yourself. Keep your mouth shut in the shower. Then there is the wet plate rule. If you are at a buffet or a warung, which is either a cafe or restaurant in Bali, and you pick up a plate that's wet, put it back. That is tap water. Dry it off thoroughly or ask for a new one. Sneaky ways people get sick include ice, salads, buffets, smoothies, and pool water. So let's talk about the salads. Unless you're in a high-end resort, that lettuce was washed in tap water. Cooked veggies are your friend. And that pretty slice of tomato garnish on your nasi goreng, don't eat it. Don't take the risk. Now, let's talk about the ice. Most ice in Bali is government regulated now, which is great news. You want to look at the ice cubes with the hole in the middle. If it looks like it's been chipped from a big block of ice, avoid it. My biggest food rule is simple. If it's a hot and busy restaurant, yes. Sitting around, waiting, no. If the food has been sitting in a bain-marie lukewarm for 3 hours, that is a bacteria party you don't want to attend. But the thing nobody warned you about is the pool. Oh, I managed to get mega conjunctivitis from a very warm pool. Here is what happened. The pool was crowded and the water felt warm. Not refreshing warm, but soup warm. I didn't think much of it at the time. I was swimming, having a great time, ducking my head under the water, but the next morning I woke up and I couldn't open my eyes. Both eyes were completely swollen. You can imagine what they looked like. It wasn't very glamorous at all. Not exactly the feeling young and sexy vibe I was going for. So if the pool is warm and busy, keep your head above water. And I do mean that literally. And make sure your kids or your grandkids are safe as well. Tell them not to put their head underwater. There is a rare but very scary condition called amoebic meningitis. You might have heard of it. It's caused by an amoeba that loves warm, fresh water like rivers or poorly maintained pools. Unlike Bali Belly, you don't get this from swallowing water. You get it when water goes up your nose. So, Bali Bomb Park, be careful. So no diving, no cannonballs, and no dunking your head in warm water. It's not worth the risk. However, we also need to talk about the other type of meningitis because people often confuse the symptoms with a bad flu. Standard meningitis is the inflammation of the membranes covering your brain and spinal cord, while the amoebic kind comes from water. Standard meningitis is usually spread through respiratory droplets like coughing, sneezing, and close contact like kissing. This is very different from Bali Belly. Bali Belly is in your gut, and well, I've just told you what meningitis is. It can be very serious and can be life-threatening. If you have a sudden high fever, a severe headache, a stiff neck, or confusion, that's just me every day, right? Don't just take a charcoal tablet. Go to the hospital immediately. But for the standard Bali Belly, here is my iron stomach packing list. And a heads up, bring this stuff from home. Bali pharmacies used to be dirt cheap, and I used to stock up when I'd go there. But those days are gone. Prices have hiked up, and honestly, you don't want to be hunting for a chemist when you're already feeling sick. Save your money for the massages and bring your own supply. So number 1, probiotics. I actually have yogurt every day and make sure it's the real yogurt. But also, if you start taking probiotics about 2 weeks before flying, that'll prime your gut. Charcoal tablets, number 2. These are great for absorbing toxins if you feel a rumble. Number 3, hydration salts, something like Electrolyte. Dehydration hits us harder over 50, so keep these handy. And number 4, hand sanitizer. Use it like it's going out of fashion. Money is dirty, door handles are dirty. Between dodgy drinks and certain mushroom stories in the news, I don't do mystery ingredients. Trust your gut, literally. If you want to know more about hotels in Bali that are actually safe and clean, check out my video on the screen right now. I'm Lollie, reminding you to squeeze every drop out of life. See you in the next one.